Greetings YouTube, and welcome back to my sketchbook, and this should be the last of the sketchbook videos I'm going to do because we're at the last of the pages. So here we have kind of a leaf-shaped spearhead on either end of a shaft, so it's a double spear. And while it has the proportions of a dwarven weapon, it has kind of the flavor of an elven weapon, so I don't quite know what that is. Here we go with another battle staff, so we have a point on this end and then a slash on this end, sort of inspired by the Vulcan Lurpa. Here we go with a sword, and I think overall I did a good job on this. I think it's interesting, even though it's unusual because there's actually a gap down the center. So it was designed to be that way. For what reason? Maybe it was a sonic magic item, I'm not sure. I had a reason for it, I don't remember what it was. And here we go with a double sword, and here again I try to do thirds on double swords to make them have some kind of semblance of possible, but it was a double broadsword. Here we go with a metal version of a war club, of a toothed war club. So you've got these 8 blades set into this wooden war club. It would probably be a kind of a diamond-shaped cross-section. I don't know why I didn't put that in there. And again, it would be appropriate for a culture based on the Aztec or Maya, or a culture that didn't have a lot of metal, so you had to kind of make the metal you had go a little bit further. Here we go with a dagger, and I tried to go with something that was very simple. And this is almost 1-to-1 scale. Maybe you might want to make it a little bit smaller, but I like the idea of a very simple design. Here we go with another dagger, and this is based off of real-world kind of tactical things that carried by special forces. This may be a little thin down here, but not by much. And here we go, some old school stuff, which I apparently found at a later date. And this is stuff from like the 80s. So I've got polearm here, actually from a battle axe thing, another battle axe type weapon, a strange sword, a polearm kind of combining a glaive and a Chinese design, inspired hand blade, a weird kind of spade-like axe thing. This is obviously inspired by Grendel. This is inspired by Chaos Symbol. You get throwing stars and a throwing star based on a Chaos Symbol. And here we have some other things. And here we have some kind of a backpack, a grenade, a contact baton of some variety. I can't even tell what that says. I apologize. My eyes are really blurry from having to check different distances. Here we have a pulling anti-grav sled, some kind of a rifle, stun rifle, and some other heavy weapons, all designed for my old Gamma World campaign, a blast from the past. And here we go for some early sketches I had done as I began to sketch again. I didn't even put a date on this, but here we have a polearm, a trident, just a very simple spear, kind of a cutlass, a serrated spear, an unusual halberd design, a serrated sword. You can see I revisited some of these designs at a later date. Now here we have a heavy, broad, kind of a wolf spear. Not sure how well that succeeded, but it was interesting. Here we go with another heavy spear with bladed side wings. Could be called a partisan, maybe. I'm not positive on that one. And here we go with a spear and a hook. And I liked hooked weapons because I think they added a lot of utility to combat. If you miss a target, you can probably get them on the comeback. And here we go, folks. This is the last page I've got. So I have here is an arrow type, and I did a very similar design to this earlier, but I wanted to revisit it because I wanted to get the proportions a little better and make this a very much of a dwarven version. And then I took this and put the same blades on either end to make it a double axe. So I hope that you folks have all enjoyed looking at my sketches and listening to me ramble about my sketches. This was a very big part of my life for a long time. These sketches I've shown you, some of them were from the 80s and 90s, but most of them was from 2002 to 2010, which is when I gave up watching television and gave up sketching. I just realized they were intimately linked. This is how I kind of disengaged my my mind was involved in television and my hands were kind of involved in this. I would listen to the television and then sketch, and I found it comfortable and it was relaxing, and I kind of had to get things out of my head onto the page. And I did that. And I think I got them all out of the page. I don't really have any desire to sketch again. Maybe I will someday. I'm not going to say no, because it was almost 15 years from when I stopped sketching the first time to when I began to sketch the second time. So who knows? Maybe in 2020 or 2025 I'll want to sketch again. We'll find out. Maybe in next year. Who knows? Could be tomorrow. But I hope that you've enjoyed these. I've enjoyed doing them, and I do enjoy listening to people talk about weapons and such. And so I am actually filming this before I have even uploaded the first of this entire series, which will probably take the better part of a year to upload, if not more than a year. So it's kind of intriguing. I have no idea what anyone on YouTube is going to say about this series, and yet I'm filming the last episode now. Kind of intriguing. Kind of like filming your last episode of a television series without ever having released the first one. So, I hope you all enjoyed them. I enjoyed doing them, and I may revisit these again at some point in the future if people have ideas or questions about specific things. Thank you. Have a nice day.